what's
it's
going.
so weird because like doing, it's the 90s was such a weird time in the music industry anyway. It was sort of like the last time when there was a lot of money flowing around and there was, a lot of, pressure on things on artists. And it was she sort of basically got an ultimatum that she would either like go solo and, have and keep her record deal or she was done. And so she was like, so she was like 18, like she was barely 18. She was a kid. And she was basically saying, do you want to leave your friends behind and like have your dream come true? Or do you want everything to go away if you're loyal to them? And like in hindsight, asking that of anybody is terrible, but asking that of a young girl is
Mm.
horrible. Like it's just absolutely like the one of the, the stereotypical worst music industry stories you always hear. And so, yeah. And so she basically, and I think they talked it out. And I think, everyone kind of decided it was for the best. And I think by the end of the band's tenure, like, Pink had kind of started to come into her own and everyone was like, yeah, she had that extra bit of charisma. So I think it worked out okay. But yeah, that was sort of the situation, which is just wild in hindsight and really terrible for, a young artist to have to make that decision.
Yeah. Kind of remarkable though that after that, like she didn't, and I don't know, maybe she has, and maybe there are stuff that you didn't put in the book, but she didn't seem to leave any bad feeling in her wake on her way up. I mean, until Stupid Girls. But she didn't seem to leave anything bad in her wake, which is pretty amazing. Relationships, no severed relationships or anything like that.
It is true. She, and I think part of it also was that at that point, she was the one who was kind of being taken advantage of. Like, she had a management company that she worked with that, she had signed to, and they sort of abandoned her when she wasn't successful. And then when she signed her record deal, they kind of came back. And so she had a lot of like bad business dealings as well. And I think her initial record deal she signed with LaFace Records, was not anything lucrative. Probably because she was a baby artist and, baby artists don't necessarily get, huge multi-million-dollar record deals. And so she was still kind of feeling her way. Like she wasn't yet sort of, in a position of power to do things. But yeah, and I think, but that is kind of, I think, as you kind of talk to, a testament to kind of her personality, as brash and kind of forceful as she is, at heart, she's a really, kind person. And you can tell that she's someone who's very well respected. You don't necessarily hear people, talking badly about her, in the tabloids and things like that, in beyond like certain instances.